Hey guys, how's it going? Wanted to do a quick read and just throw a video up because it's been a minute since I've done it. Now the card's coming up right off the bat. First card of the pull, Justice. That's our past position. That's our number one position. Second card of the pull, the current situation, the Fool. This might be a really good spot to be in. Possible future outcome, Temperance. You know we love him around here. And the fourth clarifying card. It's an interesting one within what's looking pretty chill. The Eight of Swords. Now, normally I try to stick to rather traditional interpretations of the tarot as I'm continuing to learn and just kind of get it all chunked together and start to get my own system and flow of things and really tap into my intuitive interpretation of what it's all trying to say. Today, though, decided to go a little bit different. Decided to pull out my copy of the Chicken Kabbalah and highly recommend and see what it had to say on the interpretation of these cards. One of the fun things that it had to say on the interpretation of these cards, and as you may have noticed, all three of these being major arcana, is that every card of the major arcana has a Hebrew letter associated with it. That's pretty fantastic. Now, where we sit with this, for this spread of Justice, the Fool, and Temperance, Aleph Lamed Samekh, the keeper at the gates to this place. That may be important. So let's just see. Aleph, Justice, is also the ox goad. The ox goad is essentially a cattle prod. Poke, prod, steer. It's a farm spear. It's a farm tool. Okay. Justice. Now, of course, justice is also justice. Justice is truth, cause and effect, law. Curious. The fool, all right, the beginning of it all, or the new beginning of it all, as we may see. The fool, Hebrew lamad, ox. Huh, now isn't that interesting? We've got the ox poker, the ox stick, and then we've got the ox itself. Nice little pairing of justice and temperance, or not temperance, but justice and the fool. It's strength slash strong authority. Hmm. Now, love the layers. Love the layers. Now, we get to temperance, and definitely love temperance around here. Temperance is samak, the tent pole, structure. Temperance is harmony, balance, patience, persistence. It's this purpose, this really strong, much like a tent pole, very purposeful position to sit within. Okay. So, pretty interesting. We've got justice with law. We've got the fool. Really, I'm really feeling to interpret it as a new beginning, begin again. Maybe you've already completed a cycle. Maybe you're starting a new cycle. Maybe you're breaking old patterns. You're abandoning old cycles. And from that lawful perspective, beginning again, once we are enlightened, we have no choice but to continue living enlightened. So, always about to take that first step off the cliff. An interesting section out of Chicken Kabbalah on the fool itself. A pure buffoon skips toward his doom. An abyss of profound uncertainties. It takes a fool to seed that womb with all possible possibilities. There's an argument, an interpretation, that all of the other tarot cards exist within the Fool. And as all the cards are aspects of self, and the Fool being the initiate as it begins the journey, that's a pretty compelling argument. And I certainly can't push back against it. So we have strength and authority manifest from the cattle prod and the ox, from justice and the Fool. Then we have the balance and the harmony of temperance as a possible future outcome. Combine those three. We have the keeper at the gates to this place, which may very well be a reference to one of the 72 names of God and um, the positioning of that as, like, come on, if it's God is the keeper of the gate to that place, then clearly that place is heaven. Okay. But what's stopping heaven? Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords, simply put, from a Kabbalistic perspective, is interference. Huh. But that's almost too simple. It's almost too basic. What's stopping us from having heaven? Oh, stuff. Let's look a little bit deeper into it. So, with the Eight of Swords, negative thoughts, self restrictions, imprisonment. I really like imprisonment of the mind, a victim mentality. One of the things that I love so much about this card is the way that it's shown with the restrictions in the reflection, but not manifest in reality. Now, it doesn't always really matter, though, does it? If you think you're restricted, if you think you're stopped, if you think you can't do it, uh, I'm not going to always say if you can believe it, you can achieve it. But if you firmly and truly believe you can't do it, high likelihood you won't. So it's a wild, wild time and a wild, wild place and a wild, wild world. And, justice, law, balance, truth, cause and effect, the fool, beginning again, starting the journey, continuing the path, beginning a new path, temperance, more balance. We have balance, new beginnings, and balance with interference. What is it that's stopping the manifestation of the keeper of the gate to this place? Well, could it just simply be that we don't believe we can? Is it simply so impossible because we believe it to be as such? Is it simply so hard to see what's happening around us because we think something has our best interest? I don't know. But happy 9/11 to y'all. Never forget. And thanks so much for stopping by. I apologize for the absence, and I know it's been a minute, and historically nobody ever gets this far anyway. But if you have, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell me what you're thinking. Say hi and be safe out there. It's it won't be so long until next time. And yeah, I just really do appreciate you stopping by and spending some time. Hopefully, you heard something that resonated with you. Hopefully, nothing pissed you off too much. And if it did, let me know down below. Thanks so much. And thanks for stopping by. Bye.